again to Linda Lynn Presents Could Be You TV, and that would be moi with,
Hi guys, I'm Chrissy.
not everybody knows who we are.
Aw. It's just funny. I like your intro. It was very cute. It was so cute, just like you.
Well, I hope everybody's having
It's working.
a nice night. Actually, it was absolutely gorgeous and beautiful today. So, and I was out on the boat, and you weren't.
Oh, what a bitch. What a bitch. Well, you know, somebody does have to pay my bills. I don't have a husband to help me do it, so maybe one day. Maybe one day. Maybe I can meet him at Tropics. Just kidding.
So anyway, first of all, because I will forget. I will forget only because we start chit chatting and we just don't know when to stop. But I have to give out a special shout out to my homie right here, DJ Symphony, Wu-Tang Clan's official DJ. That's right. Thank you. As you see, I've received it. Thank you for my little package. I always get very excited when I get packages, like Amazon and all
I think
that.
everybody does.
I think it's like, literally you say, wow, what did I order now? Because I like to order a lot of things. And some of these places take so many months that by the time that you get it, you forget what you ordered.
Yeah, when you order from China or,
Exactly.
Malaysia
Well,
or something. But, if you order it from, like, your local businesses, which people you should be doing more of, then you
thanks,
probably
Chrissy,
get it a
thanks.
lot
Throw me
quicker.
throw me under the bus. Go ahead.
I'm the yin to your yang. I'm just saying.
But anyways, so I have to give him a big shout out. He's doing big things. This guy is like everywhere. He's like in Australia right now. I just spoke to him this morning actually. He's in Toronto. He's dropping a big project, a big an album out, a collaboration with a whole bunch and of course, he asked me what. I feel so honored to be part of this project, and I just want to give him a special shout out. And
Shout out DJ Symphony.
and I wore his hat. And
I like free stuff too. I wouldn't mind.
yeah. So now you know Miss Chrissy here. So Miss Chrissy would like a hat and a T-shirt too. So next time we'll wear it together. We'll be twinning.
Oh yeah, we'll go to the next event wearing that shit.
Yeah. Well, I want to go to a Wu-Tang Clan. Symphony, if you're watching, whenever they're in town, the next show, hello. All right.
Yes,
But,
please. Front row seats if you don't mind. Maybe even backstage.
I'll stick backstage. I like that. We'll do it with the media.
Safe.
See, could be UTV.
That's right.
Right. But anyway, shout out. Thank you so much. Love it.
So tell us a little bit about your mermaid life. I mean, I see you having a good time, but did you know how many sharks are out there in that water? You're not afraid yet to get in there? I haven't seen you yet in the water. I've seen you like on top of the water.
Okay, well, first
riding
of all,
things.
right. Well, I don't go in the
Laying
water.
on
Period.
the boat.
I don't go in the water. Period. I don't go in the beach water whatsoever. The only time you will catch me in the water in the beach if it's like crystal clear blue waters in Mexico somewhere, where I can see something that's coming up to me. But other than that, I don't go in the water. So you'll never catch me in the water unless I fall or something. Or
I push you.
yes, thanks for that.
I wouldn't do
be
that.
aware for
I'm
next
not
time.
evil like that.
But yes,
It'll be
I did
funny.
hear as of late. My God, right here in Long Island, all you're hearing is But it's not surprising because I do like to watch some of the Shark Week shows that they have.
You do?
I do, and it's very interesting. As a matter of fact, this was sometime last year, which I actually saw this and I even put it on my Instagram because we didn't know that they actually. That's why we see many sharks off Long Island. They breed. That's what they breed.
Yeah, and it's funny because when we were younger, I don't remember much talk about sharks in the water. I used to be so brave. I would go out far. I would ride waves. I wasn't afraid of the water, even though like on Long Island you can't see it. You can't see through the water. So
Oh my God,
you can't see anything, and you still like you'd have a good time. And now all of a sudden you hear about all these shark attacks and like shark sightings. And actually, I was I was on a boat fishing last year out of Robert Moses in the ocean, and they were catching little sharks, and I kept thinking to myself, oh dear God. I'm like, well, wherever there's a baby shark, there's obviously like mommy shark.
Yeah,
So I was just
exactly.
waiting for Jaws, to come up and just kind of like open its mouth and the whole boat just go right in and be swallowed.
Well,
They're not that
I
big,
know we
but-
don't have those type of sharks, but sharks enough to, I mean, if you see them, like just didn't they have it in the news today? I think I just seen a video with they call it it was a thresher shark. It was like
Threshing?
threshing. That's what they do, I guess.
Is that what they do like this?
Yeah,
Is that okay?
that's what they do. And,
Universal shark signal.
and
I love it.
So and then wait and so yeah, so you won't see me in the water. So, but I did ask, if I'm on my jet ski, do they chase? I don't think they do. But so I'm mostly
Who did you
on
ask that?
I don't know, people.
People.
But I think I'm safe on the jet ski, okay, and I'm even safer on the boat.
Well, I mean, boats and hoes. I'm just kidding. Oh man, I
She's
cracked
got
myself up.
jokes.
I do, but no, I don't want to go in that water anymore either. Actually, I've had some bad experiences in that water. So there's a lot of jellyfish and seaweed, and now there's sharks, crabs.
Yeah,
I don't like seeing. I don't like when you can't see through to the water. I like to be
Right.
by the shore. I don't mind being in the water if it's closer to the shore,
right.
because I don't feel like obviously I'm gonna get bit by anything. But obviously at Hemstock, you walked through the water, so you can't see you didn't go in the water.
Yeah, but how
Exactly, it
how
wasn't deep.
high that was like up to what? Not even your knees.
But you mean you don't go in, you won't go full fledged
No,
all
I
the
would
way in.
never. No, not even the
Okay.
beach. I'm not. First of all, I'm not. I mean, I go to the beach, but I'm not like a beach person.
What
So
about on a Caribbean island where the water's crystal blue?
that's what I'm saying. Like that's different. Like
That's the only time you go in the water.
the most awesome waters that I've ever seen in my life so far is when I went to Cancun. I love those waters.
Yeah, Mexico is beautiful.
And Puerto Rico, Isabela has, where my father's at, unbelievable crystal. I mean,
I'd
it's
love to
just
go to
like different
Mykonos.
shades of blue, and you can clearly see, and it's beautiful. So yeah, those type of waters, absolutely.
Well,
But-
it's been a long time since I got a chance to go to some Caribbean island, and I think I went to the Bahamas one time, and it was kind of cold out, so nobody was in the ocean. They were
Yeah?
just in the pool the whole time.
Mm.
I like the pool. I don't mind the pool. I like the beach. I went to the beach this weekend, and I love going in the water. It's a little
Really? Do
scary.
you go in the water?
I do. I
But
love going in the
Why
water.
do you go in the water? What's
Because
the-
I'm one with nature.
I know, but are you doing it to cool down, or are you doing
To
it
cool
because
down,
you like
Because
to
the
feel
salt
like a
water is
child at
good on my
play,
yeah, I like to play in the
yes, threshing like the,
I like
the shark.
to I like to play
you like
in
to
the
thresh?
in with the rough, where the water comes up on the sand. No, I like to go in the water. I actually really like to go out far, but like I said, I'm a little bit more nervous now to do it. So I won't, but I just love the feeling of the salt water on my skin, and
Really?
yeah, and I just feel at peace in the water and on the beach.
Okay.
I don't know, it's just a comfort. It's comforting. I guess because I grew up on
I
Long
don't
Island
know.
and I've always been in the water. I always played in the water, and when in the waves, I love riding the waves. I don't know, I love Ariel. What can I say? Little Mermaid, favorite Disney movie ever. So I just really wanted to be her.
Okay.
But that movie, actually, did you hear about Aquaman? Aquaman's coming out soon, which looks
it
pretty
really?
good. Yeah, so, oh my God, Jason Momoa is just, I actually spotted him in the city once.
I know you told me you couldn't get so
Oh my
excited.
God, it was just, I wish
Was
I
he, like,
I
with
wish I
his
had the
shirt
balls to go up.
off
I
and
didn't,
all, like-
I was like, it may be him. I saw him from behind and I knew it was him. You
He
can
has his
tell
hair?
from the
He had
back
long
of
hair
him.
too?
He's a very distinct look. He's got this big top hat that he wears.
Okay.
And he has the beard and the hair and the dreads, and I know that he's got children, so what I saw was the back of him walking with one of his kids who has the same kind of hair,
Right.
kind of long and dread style.
Right.
So my boyfriend, when I was with him, we were like, I think that's him. I definitely think that's him. And it turns out that he was on Jimmy Fallon that night.
Really?
So,
that was
and we were
definitely
around the
him,
corner
huh?
from there. So yeah, so I have a good behind eye. I could spot you from behind,
Wow.
especially you, that
Me?
ass,
Badass.
with that ass
But
and that pink hair, obviously.
my pink or
I don't know too many
white
people, like I
or-
said, I see this all the time. I don't know anybody that can pull off the hair like you do, so I give you a lot of credit.
I just like change.
I do too, but if I put on the hat with the, what would people think of me? You know what? Maybe next week I can.
What are they gonna think of you?
Well, because I don't. It's not my look. Like I don't normally do that. So if I just came out of the blue with like purple hair or blue hair,
why not be like, oh my god, that looks so nice?
you know what?
Like,
next week I'm gonna come on the show with a different color hair.
Yeah,
Temporary,
listen. I love the different styles. I love to to switch it up.
Me too. It's fun.
Yeah, I just it's life. It's too
Life is
beautiful
short,
to
yeah.
be boring.
Listen, I agree. I believe me. I would love to indulge myself in some luxurious pink hair, but maybe another place, another time. You can school me. I'll go to Linda's House of Luxury.
Yes. I'd be like, that one.
Luxurious
The
hair.
green one, the white one, the pink one.
Yes.
The blondes, no.
No.
But yeah. So that was basically it. And what else is happening?
What's going on? We got the
What
big
did you
show
do?
coming up on the 16th. The art show. Are we talking about that? We're allowed to talk about that, right? We're
We are
sharing
but
flyers,
it's
so
not,
we just want to mention it.
it's not the 16th, is it?
The 16th or is it the 14th?
It's the 14th.
The 14th. My bad. My
Oh
bad.
my goodness.
Listen, there's plenty of time still.
Noelle,
though.
forgive her. She has her
14th,
moments.
I do.
Well, it's an amazing event. We're gonna start promoting as of now. I'm not gonna give too much into it. Obviously, Kupi TV is involved. It involves food. It involves art.
Two of my favorite things.
Yes. So, and of course,
Music. Well, there'll be music there.
there'll be music, but it involves. It's a project that we all came together. Me and the homies here. Shout out to Karina and to Angel Robles, who happens to be the MasterChef Latino finalist. And we all came up with a concept that we're going to create an event that has to do with food, art, beauty. So August 14th from 8 to 11 at the Vienna. If you don't know what it is, just look it up. It's a free event. Okay, it's a free event, so for all those of you who get weary about buying tickets, but it'll be nice, if you go on our Facebook, you can either go to Art by Noah Karina, or you can go to Linda Lynn, or Angel Robles. There should be a link there. It'll be nice if you click on the link and just reserve a spot, so that way we more or less know how how a party because the chef does have to give samples. That's the whole point. He's gonna.
We want to make sure he has enough food for everybody because I ain't sharing. I'm sorry.
But yeah,
and he's a good cook, so we definitely want enough for everybody to try it and check it out. Definitely go online, go to our websites, go to our social media, and reserve a spot. And if you're too lazy to and you show up anyway, I mean, you're not eating, but.
Yeah, we're gonna say sorry. What's your name? You're not.
You can come in and you can check it out. That's right.
There's no list tonight. But anyway, well, we have an amazing artist, a musical artist tonight. I actually, you know what? We'll ask him that because obviously he's here because I saw him. Where I went, and we'll go into that later.
I thought you meant he's here because you saw him, like he's in the building right now. You know that because you saw him.
Guest.
I'm sorry, I thought that was funny because it's just the way that you said it, the way that it came out.
Whatever. Anyway,
like I know he's here too. I saw him before we started.
We're gonna introduce to you our musical guest tonight. His name is Elliot Bless, and we're gonna check out a video before he comes on. So, Bobby.
I think people will be bringing out these summer wardrobes today. 72 doesn't sound too shabby, does it? That's where we're heading. We're not there yet, but we will quickly climb. Live outside.
Wake up, you thirsty, you fiendin', you dreamin'. What legacy you leavin' if your ass still sleepin'? Wake up, you thirsty, you fiendin', you dreamin'. What legacy you leavin' if your ass still sleepin'?
The sun peering straight through my blinds. Not news every morning, but we read in the Times. Never the same around the globe, but that's the way it's designed. 5 o'clock, so I'ma have my breakfast with wine. Wake up! I'm kicking my sheets straight in the ass like they robbed my little brother for money right after class. And my pillow getting thrown like a picture for Yankee stats. On a chase chicken, I get the stretcher like a giraffe. Yeah, I got one eye crack. Painting supreme odds, I like my best stack. Tell the dealers when I gamble, always double on black. The trade red told me gotta keep my colors intact. Though we up, no rest, no shut eye seas. Red eyes on the red eye, we out to Belize. Hasn't happened yet, but first, boy, you gotta believe. I said red 3 times, I ain't a blood, but I bleed. And I laugh and I cry, do both when I die. But today, realize, so this dude gonna try. Get everything that your heart ever wanted to grab. Reach out and bring it in like you learning to dab. What's up? Stepped over like they got 3. Don't get confused, nah, they not me. More heart than height, still they can't see. I cavalierly join King, just ask IT.
Wake up, you thirsty, you fiendin', you dreamin'. What legacy you leavin' if your ass still sleepin'? Wake up, you thirsty, you fiendin', you dreamin'. What legacy you leavin' if your ass still sleepin'? Wake up, you thirsty, you fiendin', you dreamin'. What legacy you leavin' if your ass still sleepin'? Wake up, you thirsty, you fiendin', you dreamin'. What legacy you leavin' if your ass still sleepin'?
Hold up, motherfucker, another critic. I flow like I need a mental clinic. Watch new waves hit the windows and get tinted long as I recoup like a vintage on a Civic. I'm good. Fuck all that glitz and glamour still. Slide through like Harlem scammers. So cam I flash like disposable cameras. No prints on the glass. I was raised with manners. Never window shop cop like a lieutenant. Only get for making sure they say who in it. Might not speak like chill 1 minute. Hold that thought, change scenes all minute. Real body lover, only want it if it's dented. Candles at the crib, only light it if it's scented. Never been a hater, just on like a some pretending. So I'm saying what I'm seeing, presented was represented. Oh my God, what's your calling? Manually grinding, stop stalling. Be center of the city like where they say you drawing. Just a young bull in the field like I'm brawling. You catch that? You no say? Are they for real? Nah, no way. When they ask for concern, I just smile and say, as if off with the wrong yoga, now I'm good. Yo, play chill. I'm like, guess we Gucci. Roll the tape, let's start the movie. The shorty say he short, but ooh wee. Not from around, so they asking who he. I wake up and say my grace. Confidence on my face. Thank God I'm in this space. Now time to run shit, make sure my shoes are laced.
Yay! And so here we are. Oh my God! Welcome, Elliot. Elliot Bless.
Thank you. What's up, y'all?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Hanging.
That was a really dope video.
Thank you.
And
yeah.
I love the beat. Everything kind of ties in pretty well together, and the videography, it's pretty good.
Thank you. So like the project, just to like intro it and jump in. It was basically conceptualized to give the audience a full day. So like that's why it starts off with an alarm clock. Like you hear the transition through the record. Like it starts off with an alarm clock, and then like throughout the first verse, I'm talking about like kicking sheets off and like throwing my pillow across the room, just to literally paint the picture of like what it is when you're like waking up.
Right.
And then the project itself, it goes through different speeds. So like this is like a very up tempo, and then you get to the end and you have like Live It Like a Movie, and it's like a very like the BPM.
That's
just
what I
slows
liked
down
about it a
completely.
lot. That it kind of switched over, and you look like you were kind of like watching you in like a cinema, like in a movie.
Yeah.
Like you said.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's
So
pretty
you
good.
write all your lyrics, right? You write all your.
Everything, yeah. So for this project specifically, I wrote everything. Lami, I love you if you're watching. I wrote everything that that I performed and Lami performed.
That's them right there.
And Lami, that's my mom. Hey, what's up, Mom? What's up, Pop?
Mama.
Yeah, my
Hola,
parents.
mama.
Yeah, hey, what's up, y'all? So I wrote everything that Lami performed and I performed.
Okay.
And then there are 2 other features. It's Sonny Jones, who's an amazing rapper, and I consider him just an artist because he raps and he sings.
Yeah.
And then Lavelle James, he just goes by Lavelle, and they wrote their own parts.
Okay.
But I wrote everything for myself and Lami. And Lami writes for herself as well.
Okay. All right. Good. So, question. So, your music. I believe I met you at a Raw Artist event. Okay, which is another event that involves art and music, and and I've been to a couple of these because, like I mentioned, my girl. Noelle, she's an artist, so this is what we do. She goes to the events, and so they have also musical, talent, and I happened to notice you, And as a matter of fact, we had another guest on here too. Shout out to Danielle. She was on the show too, I believe.
Yeah, before me, right? Or after me.
Was she after you?
I think she was after me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So both of y'all, had a very distinctive, look, and your music was just like so different in a way because I was listening. It wasn't I don't want to say that hip hop is, that's what you are, right? Hip hop artist. Okay.
Yeah.
Not to say that it's so typical, but just it was so creative with different sounds, and it was actually music instead of just the beat.
Right.
And I was like, wow, and the way you just flowed and you just went and you just didn't stop, and I was like, wow, and it was just like very catchy and very so what is that music? How did that influence you? Because I never really heard that type of music the way that you just fused that into
Thank you. That was a great segue. So like basically what it was I used to perform under a different name.
Okay.
And so when I was performing before, maybe I'll reveal the name, I haven't decided yet, but when I was performing before, a lot of the content was, it was driven by what was out by other artists. And I felt like that was kind of sort of doing myself a disservice because instead of me, like, part of being an artist is, obviously you want to represent yourself and you also want to, give your perception of whatever's happening in the world or like your worldview. And I felt like I was constantly chasing like a different sound that wasn't my own. Like, I was just like, all right, in order to get played on this radio station, the record has to sound like this. The chorus has to sound like this. And I stopped doing music for a little while to focus on business. And so when I did that, it basically gave me the distance that I needed from being an artist to sit back and kind of sort of find like what I wanted my sound to be. So literally, maybe 3 years ago, I was working at a pottery studio in Manhattan, and I just met my girlfriend, and she had known me for a long time, and she like knew that music was a part of my life.
Okay.
But I never, once I stopped doing music, I was like cold turkey. I was just like, I can't do this shit no more. And she was just like, you're selling yourself short because this is a part of your identity. Like before I knew you and music.
That's great support right there.
Right. So.
But before, let me interrupt you though. So, but why did you feel you had to stop cold turkey?
So like I felt like when I start something, I want to do it all in. And at the time, I had just started a tech accessories company with my business mentor that I met in high school. He's like family.
Okay.
And when I started, I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna be like entrepreneur.
Right.
And so that is whether it's studying branding, figuring out how to actually market a product, build a product, talking to industrial engineers. Like it was a whole new language to me.
Right.
And so I felt like the only way that I could actually succeed is if I made that my focus.
Right.
But I was constantly, when you're thinking about different products and thinking about different records, like it's different parts of your brain working. And I felt I was constantly, when I'm supposed to be researching marketing and branding, I'm over here and I'm like sifting through instrumentals. So I felt like
What's your sign?
Aquarius.
Okay.
I know nothing about signs.
Okay,
Yeah, except my sign.
I only, that's why I was asking, because I was like, he sounds just like me.
What is that?
Gemini.
Gemini, I don't even know.
Like I'm here, my mind is here, but like cause I sing, and I've always, this is something that's how me and Linda kind of linked up. We're both into music and what we do here. So I always loved singing. I always recorded. I never got anything really done. I didn't work with people who were looking to really, further whatever project we were working on. So like I always kind of just felt, discouraged, and I gave up. And I pay all my bills. I live by myself. So like I focused on my career and, making money. And even now, like I'm working 2 jobs and I'm doing this. I'm doing a lot. So it's like now I'm trying to put focus again back into music because I stopped doing it for so long. My reasonings were always a little different. Like I always kind of focused more on, this isn't going to happen. Let me just, settle down, not settle down, but like focus on work and relationship rather than stay true to who, just like you said, like stay true to what you love. You
gotta do the music thing. And I'm gonna answer your question because I go on tangents, you'll notice. But after I'm gonna delve back into why you should pursue music, even if it doesn't meet like whatever standard you started it for, you did start it for a specific reason.
Oh yeah, definitely. I just started again, so.
You gotta turn up, man.
Yeah.
And so like when I went back into music, like after my girl was like, bro, you're tripping. Like you need to do this shit.
What's her name?
Ashley.
Ashley, shout out to you.
Shout out,
What's
Ashley.
up, girl? So when she like got me off the bench, I had contacts with so one of my really good friends in music. His name is Lavelle. I've known Lavelle since I was probably like 11 or 12 years old. He's an amazing R&B singer. Y'all should probably have him on here too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I met the producer that did the entire project. His name is Lee. I met Lee through Lavelle, and so I hit him up immediately, and I was like, bruh, I need to get back into music, and I'm gonna send you a creative brief tonight. So with the creative brief, it was me basically taking everything that I learned from Seth. What's up, Seth, if you're watching? He's my business partner, like one of my best friends, and he basically told me to take everything that I learned from business and put it to music because it's the same vertical, it's just a different game.
Right.
So
okay.
like when I sent the creative brief, it literally had the title of the album or project, whatever you want to call it. I said different things, right? But it had the title, it had the number of records, it had the BPMs that I wanted to stay between, and then it was just a broad concept. Like I want a project that basically, you know, takes somebody throughout their day, and it can be a soundtrack for their day, any day of the week, right? So that's why the title is Today, because it's something that it's classic in the sense that today is today, and then 20 years from now, if you're listening to the project,
It could be
it's
that.
still going to be today because it's the present tense.
Interesting.
Unless you're talking about, you know, like things like oh, your iPhones and your Instagram likes and stuff. Because in 20 years from now, who fucking knows what's gonna
Yeah.
happen? Like I always think
True.
like that's probably not even gonna be a thing in 20 years.
It's true.
There's gonna be like flying cars and teleporting, and that's
Yeah.
gonna be
Listen,
that's it.
I thought that was gonna happen.
Someone's
now.
gonna be like-
this was the
Yeah.
year that flying cars was supposed to
Oh,
happen.
they got
when
them.
you were younger.
But how-
that's-
nobody could drive on a real road. You think they're gonna be able to go up there with no
well,
roads?
I really thought that right now we were gonna be like the Jetsons.
I did when I was little. I
Right,
swore.
We
that's what
all
I'm saying.
did. I mean,
20
Back to
when
the
you-
Future. I was like, oh my God, look at the sleeves on the girl's jacket. It was like
Yeah.
completely like.
2000 something. It's supposed to be futuristic.
I
and,
thought it was
and-
going to be jumping. Like I thought everything was going to be
it
so
is,
different.
But like in 20 years from now, someone's gonna actually be able to like climb through their phone and poke you and
Yeah, but
my
you know
God.
what? You know how
teleport
lit-
and poke you or tell you, I
Oh
don't
my
like that.
God. That would
I
be
don't like
so.
that.
That would be so fire though. Could you imagine if like instead
be
of
horrible.
It'd be lit. Like instead of doing live streams, like if you watch like Made in America, or if you watch a show, if the stage, like if it was literally a hologram that jumped out of your iPad or your cell phone, and like you could virtually dap Hove like while he's on stage, like that would
well,
be.
that's what we
insane.
thought that the 2000 and whatever that was supposed to be, and
But they're gonna figure out a way to
Look.
do something like clever like that.
Listen, we didn't think where we are now. Like, I mean, people had predicted things years ago, which is crazy. If you ever look back in history books and things that like philosophers used to say, like you ever hear like Nostradamus, how he talked about certain things that had happened in history. Like,
Yeah.
but even
it's
just when you
crazy
FaceTime,
think
when you
about
FaceTime, that's
people.
crazy.
FaceTiming is
Like
crazy.
FaceTime, like
is
you're
not
talking
wild.
and you can actually see the person that like.
Remember
that's
when you
crazy.
used to be on AOL chat, you couldn't even get a picture to go through.
Right,
You were
well,
like, oh, let me this picture
So
downloaded.
you know, I think back then we used to say, "Oh my God, imagine if we can see what you know." Imagine this. And meanwhile, it actually so.
Anywhere in the world too.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the world. And you know what's so funny? We have the opportunity to, and some people really take advantage of it. I can't even tell you, like, I'm not a big FaceTimer. I'm not a big
Yeah.
live talker unless it's like with my significant other or, you know, like occasionally like on a holiday, I'll, you know, my family that live in other states, you know, but otherwise it's like, I don't know, FaceTiming for me is like, it's a tease because you want like, you know, they're
Yeah,
not there,
the
but it's
actual
great.
connection.
It's great because obviously like if it's family or, you know, people that you miss, you don't get to see all the time, but it's a blessing and a curse, I feel like.
Yeah, I Marco Polo sometimes. I don't know if y'all like have you ever used Marco Polo? So it's basically like it's like FaceTime but through text. And so that's one way that I can communicate with my grandma. So
Oh yeah.
What is Marco Polo?
it's literally just like FaceTime, except instead of it being a constant stream, you send it as text. So like I'll record a
okay,
video.
you could
like,
record
"Hey,
a
what's
video
up,
and it
Grandma?"
goes, okay, like
And
live
then-
video chat.
Exactly. Yeah.
But like separated. It's not
Yeah.
like a full on. Okay, I like that. That's actually something I would probably use.
That's kind of cool.
Well,
There's
since
a
we're
million
we're
ways.
on that topic of you know technology, so with you and your music now, are you using this whole you know the whole social media platform to promote your stuff? Is that something
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a big you know a big tool? For
Yeah,
you?
absolutely. I mean, Instagram right now is probably the #1 tool just in terms of connecting with people, just because I feel like as much as I love Twitter, I'm really bad at tweeting.
So am I. Why
Yeah.
is that?
I
I
don't
hate
know.
tweeting. You know why? Because it's all you see is letters. There's no picture. It's just weird.
I mean,
no,
you
Instagram's
could-
great because it's pictures.
Right, you could post a picture,
But you
I
have to
don't know,
click on the link to go to the picture.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's more weird, I don't know.
I feel like with Twitter, I like Twitter for the comedy aspect, and like I can literally scroll through the timeline. But my issue is when I tweet, I spend too much time thinking like, damn, is this funny? Or like, does it actually emote what I want it to
Right,
emote?
right.
And then sometimes I also feel like who cares? Like, who cares about what I'm tweeting
Yeah,
about?
well,
Like,
that's
unless,
the thing. I
unless
feel like
it's
Twitter's big for like. I feel like big celebrities. Like I think that's a big.
Yeah, it's hard to get
Tweeting.
followers
I
on
think
Twitter.
that's
I don't think,
tweeting.
like, how do you, like, I don't think you
Tweeting,
can, I don't
Twitter
think you
is
can
almost
connect
out.
with people.
Listen, everything keeps changing. Look, Instagram. Look what happened. Like first it was MySpace. You know, not first, but like think about it. The days of MySpace, and MySpace changed to Facebook. Facebook was for college kids only, and then everybody was able to get a Facebook account, and then became Facebook, and Facebook was the big thing. And then Facebook triggered into Instagram and Vining. Remember Vine? They
Yeah.
don't even have Vine anymore. It's like things kind of have its glory moment, and it'll run for a while. Like Instagram, I feel like will stay kind of running for a while, but there's always something else that winds up coming out that tops the others.
yeah. I'm
like-
trying to catch whatever like the next
Whatever you could do.
wave
I
is.
mean, listen. I mean, we broadcast here from a few different platforms. You know, I do another radio show. We broadcast from 6 different social media sites, and like 4 of them I've never even heard of. I'm like, what is that? Like, who watches? They're
Somebody's
like
watching
gamers
it.
or these people. And gaming is like a big thing. You should actually look into
Gaming
that.
is huge. Twitch is crazy.
Twitch is huge.
It is crazy.
But like what I don't understand is like there's so many. Think about the people, the audience that you want to attract. Because like we're big on Instagram. We're big social media people like on Instagram and Facebook. And then you have your people that are gamers that only play video games, watch YouTube videos about video games. They're in the chat rooms of Twitch and whatever. And those are big numbers because they're
Yeah.
not just young people, but they're older people. But these are people that are, if you're a gamer, you're literally on your computer, your phone every minute. It's not just like, I mean, we are too, but literally we go on and
Yeah, but it's
scroll for,
different.
we
It's like
scroll,
you're-
like we scroll for a second. How many times do you really actually look at somebody's video or like, oh, somebody's live, let me watch live. Like it's very, very rare because there's so many people doing it.
Yes.
It's hard to keep up with everybody.
Yeah, it's true. Those Twitch dudes are getting paid too. I saw there was this one guy, I can't remember his name, but he like people would just donate money.
They're
to him
donating money, yeah.
to like
For
do
no reason,
anything.
just because they like you.
Yeah,
Well,
It is
hello, you can donate money here.
yeah.
Like,
You can
it's-
absolutely donate money to me. I'll give my cash out.
We'll
right.
take a little bit.
But I remember I tried to contact you a couple of times, and every time I try to reach out, you're like, yes, yeah, I'm waiting for my project. And in my
Yeah.
mind, I'm like, what kind of project? How big is this project that you need to come? So talk about this project, like how huge and what is entailed,
Yeah.
like what is involved.
I mean, I felt like I put a decent amount of pressure on myself to just deliver something that was different than the content that I had before.
Okay.
And so, when I was thinking about like interviews or just like actually getting out there and talking about the project, I wanted to make sure that it was actually out before I went out and went on like a press run.
Right,
Because
absolutely.
I feel like today, especially, attention spans are so limited that, like, if I go out and I essentially say, "Hey, listen, like, I have this amazing project that's coming out in 2 months. This amazing project that's coming out in 2.5 weeks, whatever."
Right.
Even if I say next week, I just feel like the attention isn't there. Like, I haven't really garnered that much attention where people would actually wait for it.
Okay.
So I said, you know what? Let me reverse it, right? Like, I'm just gonna put it out and that is going to be kind of not the bait, but that's going to be the introduction that people want from me.
That's
And
a lot of
then-
artists have been doing that lately. too,
Exactly.
So it's not a bad way to go because you kind of like shock people. It's like a shock value.
Yes,
Like, ooh,
exactly.
I gotta
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
You know, and you don't, it works both ways though. Like however, you just have to pull it off that way.
Yes, yeah. So like that was another. I was just talking to my cousin Elijah who drove me out here. Basically, I didn't want. I don't know. Like as much as I love social media and I feel like we need it, I feel like as an artist, it's so easy to get caught up in the numbers game, and so you can kind of get number drunk. So like for me, I'm trying to find that balance between putting stuff out on the internet, whether it's music videos or the project, and instead of me constantly worrying about, all right, how many plays is this getting, how many views, obviously I want to look at the metrics because that's important. That tells you, where people are listening, where you should like put your attention, if you're gonna invest, what demographic, psychographic, all that stuff. But at the same time, I don't want to get so caught up in the numbers that I forget to actually create the shit that will actually draw.
It's hard
the
not
masses.
to though on social media, especially because think about it. You post a video, you post a picture, and the first thing you do is check like every 5 minutes to see how much it's gaining, and how much people are watching. Or I'm like, it's like you said, social media is tricky because we talk about this all the time, like how back in the day, artists or performers used to have to perform and put their music out to record labels to get signed or to become famous at all. And there was very few people, if you think about the spectrum in today's world compared to the old days, like when you had record labels and you could only play as an artist through a record label. And now, you can just be a YouTube star and have one track that blows up and you might never be heard of again. And same thing with the next person. Think about how many great artists there are these days that literally have to stay relevant all the time just to keep it going.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people coming out on social media with new stuff. Chance the Rapper won Best Rap Artist at the Billboard, I think, how many years ago? I think 2 years ago. And I had never heard any of his music personally. Hip hop for me is very different these days than it was years ago.
Yeah.
I'm a big old school hip hop fan. But I didn't know much about him or a lot of the other artists now. And when he won that, I had heard he's not signed. He's just came out with
a lot of them are like that.
just came out with a track or a couple of tracks and blew up on YouTube, social media. And look at Justin Bieber, got discovered by Usher. on
I
social
think
media.
he's like the very, very
That's what
first
Justin
one.
But
that
also,
was,
people think he just, he just got lucky. Kid played guitar.
No, he's not.
in the
danced,
corner
he
streets,
sang.
he's
he
one of
did
those.
At a young age, he did a lot of different things, which is
So
why
he
he
paid his
stood
dues.
out. Yeah, he stood out.
That's the thing too. What Linda said is I feel like a lot of, because my generation's been so spoiled with the internet and being able to just put something out and blow, a lot of people don't pay their dues, or they feel like they're too big to pay their dues, right? If you have if your record is popping and you have, 100,000 followers on Instagram and somebody says, yo, come play this show for 50 people, you might be like, I'm not doing that shit. Right. But I feel like, that's the chitlin circuit, right? You have to go out there and pay your dues.
Think about it. You might have 50,000 views on a video on social media, but when you go out to play in a club, how many people How many people are you filling up there? That's true. But any big name today is gonna say, or Linda did a show last year. She opened up for Sean Paul. There was a variety of different musicians there, but everybody had their fan base, and Linda definitely had her fan base because we were a bunch of us, all of us. We were all in the front. But it's true though. You have to be able to have fans. You can't just be like, oh, I'm a social media star.
Yes.
Just like these, I hate to say it, but girls that are on Instagram that are beautiful women, whether they photoshopped or they didn't, they're gorgeous women and they call themselves models. But it's but really, what are you modeling in except for social media? You're not in any ad campaigns, you're not in, magazines, stuff like that. So you gotta, like you said, you have to kind of be humble too. You can't just think I'm a big star on social media.
Yes,
It's got, do you really only want that? Is that what's important? Is that the only thing that's important these days to
maybe, but
people
you know
trying
what?
to be famous?
Going back to that whole, I feel like as a musician, as a music artist, I feel like I would have had a different trajectory had I not stopped. So at the time,
kind of reinvented yourself.
100%, and it literally I ate humble pie, right? So at the time, literally right before I stopped doing music, I had just opened for Lupe Fiasco, and Lupe Fiasco. I opened for Lupe.
Oh, okay.
It was popping, and then right after a little bit after that, I went and I performed in Montreal at the Pop Montreal Festival, and it was the first time that I'd been abroad doing music at all.
Okay.
I had a manager, I signed a management contract, and I felt like I was doing all of the necessary things to climb properly. And I don't want to say that I had a big ego, but I do think that I was looking at things very one-sided. And then basically, when I started my company with Seth, I went and I quit my job, right? I was working a full 9-to-5 job, and I said, I'm done. I'm gonna pursue this the real way. And when I did that, I quickly learned that I needed an income, right? I was like, damn, I need capital to to do shit, right? To even just pay bills, the bare minimum. And working at the pottery studio, it gave me that humility, right? So like when I was there, I was selling pieces in the gallery, but I was also cleaning the bathrooms. I was also recycling the clay that was being utilized every day. So like just doing that, it kind of sort of made me feel like you're not bigger than anybody, right? Like you're not bigger than this person, that person. And so like that basically put the battery in my back to say, all right, when you do music again, because I could have easily came back to music and been like, yo, I did X, Y, and Z, check my resume, woo, but don't nobody care about that shit. You know what I mean? It's just like,
oh yeah, you did this, and that everybody has now.
It's like, what's up? Like, do you want to actually be one of the people?
I mean, let's name it. Let's face
But
it.
his
was
music,
cool.
but your music, you know, for for doing hip hop is really, honestly, it's different and it's dope. So like,
Thank you.
who like influenced you? Like what you know, to do the eclectic type of music that is different, you know?
Okay. Well, when I started doing music, it was around like 5th, 6th grade, and at that same time, I started playing trumpet, and I felt like, in order to actually, I can't play trumpet anymore. Like I don't think that.
You forgot it's not like riding a bike.
It's not. I lost my lip. Like I'm not that nice
Somebody
anymore.
get him a trumpet.
Yeah. No, I need to do it again. I want. That's like my dream. No, watch. It's gonna happen. Which camera? So
Oh my God, I wish I
watch.
was one.
One of my favorite artists is John Bellion, he's from Long Island.
Oh, shout
And
out.
he is amazing. Like he's one of my favorite artists, and one of my dream goals in music is to play the trumpet on a record that he's produced and he's featured on.
Wow, you
So
hear that?
I'm putting, it might happen in like 6 years or some shit,
We're
but
putting
John,
it out there.
this is gonna be in like a vlog somewhere, and we'll put it out at that point.
Right.
I'm a
Okay.
flute girl.
Yeah, but
I like the flute.
I couldn't play that shit either, man. But I was nice at trumpet, and I wanted to.
Trumpet's cool.
It's
It's
good.
like it's old school jazz. Like it reminds you of like
It
the
is.
old blues, like jazz era and stuff. Like I like music now that has like actual like instruments in it.
Yes, you
Like,
need the
when you
musical
hear
element.
You have to.
Yeah, and so that was like my parents played a lot of like actual music in the crib, and so my mom, like I was literally just listening to Peel Me a Grape, Diane Krall the other day. So like I listen to a lot of jazz, like Muddy Waters. Obviously, The Temptations was like everything in my house.
Huge.
Celia Cruz.
So if somebody's asked you, so you know, describe your type of music. Like describe your music. What does it sound like? What was the the best comparison that you can say your music sounds like? Like what type of music?
Yeah.
exactly?
To be totally honest, I don't think it sounds like anything that's out right now. And the reason is I wanted to make a melting pot. So I'm half black, half Puerto Rican. So I wanted a sound that was just as mixed, right? So like instead of it constantly being like the same 808, like let's go ahead and put some timbales in there. Let's like switch it up a little bit just so that it's not the same rhythm that people are hearing.
You can tell. You can definitely tell with your music.
Yeah. So I wanted to give like I guess it's like hip house if you want to actually like give it a genre. It would
Okay.
be a mesh between hip hop and house.
Okay.
Do you speak any Spanish?
I'd speak enough. I'm conversational.
Like, can you? We always ask this now with like our Latin guests. Like, do you see yourself breaking into that genre too, like the reggaeton trap era?
I mean, I would do a record with like Bad Bunny, right? Like I would.
Who wouldn't? Oh my
Right,
God, Bad
it's
Bunny,
crazy.
Bad
Bunny's
Bunny.
crazy. But like I would do a record if I had to do like a reggaeton record. I would, but I wouldn't want to. I would feel wrong like saying like I'm gonna come into your lane and do what y'all do because I wouldn't be able
Yeah,
to
but
keep up.
you took hip hip hop and put your own vibe into it. You influence a lot of different things. So you can do the same thing with
Yes.
you
can do whatever you want.
reggaeton and do
That's
a
the thing
twist
about
to it.
art.
You know,
Yeah,
that's the whole
it's
point
true.
of doing something different. You know, everything is like I feel like every genre always has that basic beat that is like the same, So when they say reggaeton, it's like almost the same, But you need to put a twist into it. You gotta add something, a different flavor. Even though in the background there'll be that same reggaeton beat, but yet with a little twist, So you can always do,
People always say that, man.
whatever you want.
I hate when they say that about like reggae and reggaeton because I feel like hip hop is the same way. Like if you listen to certain mix shows, you'll literally, if you spend 25 minutes, it'll sound like the same song
Right.
for 25 minutes with like a bunch of features.
Well, they say the same thing with like freestyle music.
Oh,
It had that.
we love freestyle music.
We
Everybody
do,
loves
but it had.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Puerto Ricans love freestyle. Is that I dated a Puerto Rican a really long time ago, and I used to wonder. I'm like, wait, how do you guys know this? Because most of his family like didn't even speak English,
Right.
but they loved
yeah.
freestyle, and I'm like, I don't understand. How do you guys like love freestyle so much? How do they know this music? Like that's how they learned English. from like
maybe.
freestyle music, and
No,
I was
because
like, really?
freestyle music was predominantly Latin.
Latin artists?
Yeah, Latin
Freestyle
artists.
was so turned. My girlfriend's mom loves freestyle music.
Oh, we all
I
love
didn't. Yeah,
freestyle
I didn't really
music.
like listen to it a lot growing up. But one of my first concerts.
KTU.
KTU.
KTU freestyle.
I didn't do KTU a lot.
Oh, man. Well, because they had freestyle. It's the only time I would listen to them.
Yeah. My
No
thing,
offense to KTU. I just...
My thing growing up was always Hot 97, and actually it was just Hot 97. And obviously when Power 105 came, it was like it was a big thing in the city.
Right.
But definitely Hot 97, and I have family in South Jersey, so I used to get like the Philly radio. So I
Okay.
used to listen to Power 99. And then I also went to high school outside of Philadelphia, so I would listen to like QDZ and like just Philly radio. I love like Philly artists in general. I feel like they have a certain like grit.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
I have a question. What's something that you listen to that isn't hip hop that somebody that might ask you that question and be like, really? You like that? Like if you had like a weird selection in your, I don't want to say iPod,
Yeah,
nobody
I'm
has an
trying to
iPod
think.
anymore, but your music library.
Man.
Like different than what you normally listen to,
What I
or
normally
like
listen
you like, but you like that's like of a different genre. Like I don't know, countries or like a country song you like, a pop
Yeah,
artist.
you
Like
know,
do you
it's
like
actually real
Backstreet
funny.
Boys? Come on, Backstreet
Backstreet
Boys are
Boys
coming
is
back.
lit.
They're back.
I listened.
Remember when they came out with that song?
But
Yeah.
let me tell you something.
They are fucking back. The Backstreet
Not only are
Boys.
they back, but that song is actually pretty
Backstreet's
pretty hot.
Wait, they have a new song?
They
Oh
have a
yeah,
new song, a new
Don't Go
video.
Breaking My Heart. Baby, don't go breaking my heart.
Wait,
breaking
like,
my
Yeah,
heart.
now, like
like,
now.
Yeah, they just came
Right,
out with
right.
it.
Oh, shit.
And what's cool, and I've noticed this about the song. So you know Stranger Things? You watch Stranger
Yeah,
Things?
Stranger Things is lit.
You know the beginning intro? Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. It's
Oh,
kind
they
of like that
sampled it?
80s vibe. They've got that in the song as part of the background.
But yet, Kermit, what's
instrument.
going on now? You know.
And I'm listening to it, and I'm like, they're smart because they took an element that they didn't have back then, and it's something that I haven't heard much of, so they incorporate it into this new song. I mean, it's not my favorite song, but it's
Yeah.
it's catchy.
I'ma
it's
check it out.
good.
Yeah,
They went
so
on tour.
actually,
And they were
shout
like,
out to
"Let's do
Backstreet
this."
Boys
Yeah,
for making
shout
that
it out.
Shout out to
comeback.
Backstreet Boys.
And you know what? It's true what they say. Age ain't but a number because they still look hot.
Oh my
They still
God, they
making
look
their
good. They
moves.
do
you
look
know.
good.
They
Men-
still good.
They get into the checks.
I just feel like it's easier for men to. I mean, without the exception of J Lo, men have, I feel like, a better time aging than women do. It's like as they get older, they become into these like silver foxes, and women, it's like we gotta like keep it tight, keep it fresh, put the do the
staying away from
hair,
that
get the
one.
hair
I'm
done,
staying-
get the makeup done, make sure everything.
But J-Lo is a goat.
She is
well,
a real
let's give her. She
I
just
call her
turned
the
what,
living
49?
She's winning. She's getting the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award.
Yeah,
at the
so
MTV
shout out to
Video
J-Lo.
Awards.
Shout out to
Yes, shout
J-Lo.
out
Love
to
you,
J-Lo.
girl.
First
We love
Latin
J-Lo.
artist, female Latin artist to ever
Wow.
get the
Of course,
award,
who better
so.
who better than her? But
That's big.
so all this talk and all this hype with your music, we're dying to hear you sing live on our stage.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna come back with Elliot Bless.
Awesome. Thank you.
You need to know is it could be you. Oh no, it could be you.
So this is what it is.
Oh,
because-
hey guys, how are you?
Oh, hi. Kind of caught me off guard.
I caught
Okay.
you off guard too. I don't know if we're live or if we're going to the video. What's going on?
I'm having issues with my Facebook. Anyway,
It's 'cause
I
your
have to update it.
face.
Just that I have to update it. But
put
yeah,
the
so
faces.
he is an amazing artist, and once you hear his music and the way you never think like he's the way he is, the way he looks, what comes out of his mouth.
Yeah, make
so.
sure you check out his video. Make sure you check out his music. He's gonna perform right now. So we are getting ready. Are we ready?
Yep.
We are ready. Yeah, we're ready. All right. So here we go. Elliot Bless.
Yeah. Bless.
Check. I'm met her down at LES, right in front of Sweet Chick. How ironic we met quite quick when she told me she wanna be blessed. I mean, at least that's what I read. But she sent me a text, I had the digits. Then the friend said, give us a minute. That was strange though. We wasn't even pushing the limits. Then she said, Macy gotta go. I'm like, why? She said, now you good with the question. Just say bye, no ma. I'm sorry, ain't no stopping this passion. Your friend going dead, you for this fatal attraction. Time ticking, not a second going by without laughing. Went from 2 girls to hurt you and a distraction. It's you. I'm feeling like you need to make an exit. You got another comment, you can text it. Cause Macy fits every box on my checklist. So we gon' continue to link like a necklace. Stop blocking, she wanna dance. Can't you see that she wanna dance? And she don't even need romance. She gon' hold down the wall, she gon' grab my hands. Stop blocking, she wanna dance. Can't you see that she wanna dance? And she don't even need romance. She gon' hold down the wall, she gon' grab my hands. Went from sweet chick to no fun, daylight to no sun. Ironic when we work it out, I tell her don't run. Wrong shit, listening to Big Pun. I'm getting ahead of myself, drinking gold rum. Her gold tone, looking like a crown. I wonder how I never saw her brown skin around. I'm ready to profess, go and grab a cap and gown. It's my shot, I ain't Russian roulette with a couple rounds. And the mother from the West Coast, father from the town. Went to John Jay, she know how to buckle down. Conversation deeper to show that I wouldn't drown. Conversation deeper to show that I wouldn't drown. Not too slow, but something show to lean clean like Nudro. Or maybe 2012 style like Nouveau. You know the time is right to tell your friend to stop and go like a traffic light. What's up? Stop blocking, she wanna dance. Can't you see that she wanna dance? And she don't even need romance. She gon' hold down the wall, she gon' grab my hands. Stop blocking, she wanna dance. Can't you see that she wanna dance? And she don't even need romance. She gon' hold down the wall, she gon' grab my hands.
Too loud.
She wanna dance.
Feedback.
She wanna dance.
New scene.
She wanna dance. Feedback. She wanna dance.
Too loud.
She wanna dance.
Feedback.
She wanna dance.
New scene.
She wanna dance. Feedback. She wanna dance. Go. Stop blocking. She wanna dance. 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 Stop blocking. Yeah, sweet chick. Go grab Today on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you get music. The Bodega, anywhere. Right. This not Today saying. Lavelle, what's good, baby? Lee. Again. Rock. This sound like 20 degrees, and now I horse around like plenty of weed. Roll my sleeves, I got it on lock, never fumble the keys. Only if I'm praying when you see me on knees. Unless I'm praying with it eating, I'll be dressed in fatigues. With a hoodie on like Mellow when he thundered the lead. It's that talk to get everyone who listen intrigued like, no, not today, Satan. Sun been hot like a vacation. Don't throw salt cause I've been Cajun. Black and Puerto Rican, no, I look Bayesian. Did a little business right outside of Beijing. I don't mean gold plated when I say my name Brent. I can some pawn while I can't be king. I can never sell my soul, I don't care if fame bring.
Try to take with my pistols.
Nah, not today.
Independent
Go,
fuck a label.
go, nah, not today.
Couldn't tell
Go,
you my days.
go,
Not today.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. No, not today, Satan. Go. No, not today, Satan. Go. No, not today, Satan. No, not today. No, not today. So glad I have options, but no, I won't get this shit poppin'. Cause if I do something illegal, may he rest in peace, I can't call Johnny Cochran. My circle can never be boxed in, my ethic can never be clocked in. No metric can measure my glowing aesthetic. Don't kick it with fakes, I won't sock a prosthetic like. And I need all pub, and masters to match all called dove. You see how I'm playing, just call sub. I'm bodying trapping, ain't no club. I smile a lot, but I call thugs. Don't get stepped on like floor rugs. My flow right now for the weed plugs. Leave your face crunch like 4 pugs.
Try to take with my pistols.
Go, let's go.
Not today. Independent fuck a label.
1, not today.
Couldn't tell
Go.
you my days.
1, go.
Not today.
Bounce. 1, 2, 3, go. No, not today, Satan. Ha. No, not today, Satan. No, not today, Satan. No, not today. Check. I'm saying I should be more visual. cross me, it'll get more spiritual. Let's talk, it'll get more literal. Third verse, let me get more lyrical. I've been nice, had a few shots missed. Then I started working for myself, plot twist. Till it ain't work, I was thinking all shit. Then I caught a whole wave, now I'm looking all lit. Jump straight in like a Wendy's ball pit, like white folks. I came with a lot less lift. Light work, let me do a few more dips. Came with the sauce, give me whole grain chips. And no, you can't sit at my table if you wasn't sharing when I wasn't stable. You wasn't helping when I wasn't able to pay for my roof or the heat or some cable. Worry about if I'm gonna sign with a label. Go independent, go cut off your navel. I don't need an army, my base gon' be naval. Like Riri, I'm Geechee, that's facts, not a fable. Spinning my records like bombers for Drados. Don't baby me, I've been this way since the cradle. Premium, headliner playable. Pigeons can't get me for Lynn or a staple. Blessed in my name, no surprise that I'm grateful. Hate when they hate, guess we all could be hateful. Garrison then leave like a locust and maple. I'm capable of shutting it down in Naples. Just give me a venue sometime around April. Book me a flight with a cinnamon bagel. Make sure the driver can scoop me like ladles. And make sure the telly got Showtime enabled. I live life real simple. This word to my one dimple. We all got one wrinkle. I walk like Bullwinkle. Chime in like two symbols. 8th grade got through shingles. Now I'm outspoken but I move nimble. Read through 'em like a new Kindle. Can't touch what you can't swindle. New phone when you wanna mingle. Can't touch what you can't swindle. Elliot Bless today, right now in stores.
Wow, that was absolutely amazing.
Great job.
I enjoy that.
He's got a great sound. I'm really happy.
That
to
was
have him.
great. So congratulations, Elliot, and all your endeavors. And I know he's gonna go places. Before we shut this down, I just have to give a big shout out to Yael. She's my homie. They just did a huge video shoot at my home. They did the backyard. It was a movie set. So shout out to Jose as well. Boom Cups for sponsoring it. It was epic, and her song.
Can't wait to have her on.
She is gonna come on. She's coming on
video,
pretty
yeah, I wanna
soon.
see
Yeah,
the video.
absolutely. They had the street in front of my house. It looked like a movie set. Like at 3 a.m.
Wow.
It was just like I was like, oh my god.
Your neighbor's gonna kill you.
That's what I was afraid of. But ultimately, it came out dope, beautiful. She's a gorgeous girl. Amazing, talented, professional. Shout out to Jose as well. All for everybody. And I was glad that I was able to, to share my home.
Yes, we can't wait to see that.
Yeah, so shout out to them. And thank you all for tuning in tonight at Linda Lynn Presents Could Be You TV. And hope to see ya next week.
Yep. And thank you
Same time,
to
same
Elliot
place.
Bless for coming on tonight and performing and giving us a little piece of his background and what he stands for. Elliot, I don't think you got a chance to say where his social media and stuff was, where people could check him out.
I think he did.
At Elliot Bless, BLESS. And of course, if you need to find him, find Linda Lynn. Could Be You TV.
Yeah.
I'm Chrissy.
Bye.
Have a wonderful night.
Ciao.